Yo guys, so today I want to talk about keep out in relation to moves that are very high reward and very low risk that you might not be using for your specific character. These moves are different from character to character, but they work the same and just solve the same or are used for the same purpose in terms of keep out and zoning as well. So let's talk about the electric, right? This is like the basic 101 example of how all these moves are going to work. So the EWGF, we all know how strong this move is, right? The thing about electric is it's so fast, first of all, comes out at 14 frames if done perfectly, and you just can't react to an electric, right? Like if you're trying to punish or with punish an electric, you actually have to anticipate the Mishima player actually going for the electric. Like 80-90% of the time, you are not going to react to an electric and then get the punish. It just recovers so fast, it comes out so fast. So you have to anticipate it and then punish it. Like that's the only way to deal with an electric. So this is what I mean. This move is high reward, first of all, because it's a safe high, right? +5 on block that launches on normal hit. And again, like I said, you can't really react to it. So these moves are like very spammable in a neutral because they're very difficult to deal with, right? You just can't dash in. She has a built-in pirate in her misstep, so you can't just dash in against Mishimas like that. You have to be very cautious, right? It's so hard. So this is the purpose of these moves. Very high reward, very difficult to punish on whiff, very little risk, right? And in say keep out. So the EWGF is one example. Let's look at Lee, right? I'll talk about Lee's back four, which kind of works in the same sense. Lee's back four is a counter hit mid launcher that's safe on block, right? So safe on block, -3 on block, and Hitman actually covers some space, right? That space he covers, he like does like a backswing blow, right? So it's very difficult to whiff punish Lee as well. So think of this like a budget electric, right? So this is a counter hit launcher, and you can't just go in randomly against Lee because you're going to run into this move. It's kind of like a magnet, right? One of those magnet moves, especially when you have a life lead. If you have a life lead, like this thing goes crazy. Like what do they have to do? Because they have to come in against you, they have to figure out a way to deal with this move. So Lee back four is one of the moves that's also very difficult to whiff punish. You have to anticipate Lee actually doing back four, right? You can't just say, okay, let me react to Lee's back four. It's very difficult because it's a kind of like bait, as though he'll do back four to Hitman, right? You see, oh shit, he whiffed. You try to go for like, let's say Kazuya electric. The Lee player sees that you whiff, then boom, you get launched instead, right? That's how Lee players use a back four. So again, covering that zoning move, that keep out two, specifically for Lee, back four is that specific move. And TEKKEN on Lee, this one is more so generic than most of the moves I'll talk about on this list, is a down forward two. We all know how insane down forward twos are. I honestly don't understand how them shits have still made TEKKEN 8, bro. Down forward twos have to be nerfed. They've been due for nerfs. It's insane how these moves, just a free launcher, bro. Standing launcher, safe on block, right? Safe on block. Of course, they do not launch crouchers, but like, come on, right? It's still so strong. -6 on block. So down forward 2 is another of that example, right? Very low risk, very difficult to whiff punish unless anticipated. How many times have you been hit by that Hwarang down forward 2? That Asuka down forward 2? Let's be honest, boys. We get launched by that shit like crazy. Low down forward 2, poor down forward 2. How many fucking times have you got hit by that shit? So another strong defensive tool, high risk, high reward, very low risk. Zoning, right? Keep out, right? If you notice your opponent waiting for you, so if you notice your opponent is waiting for you to throw out these down forward twos, change it up, right? Start going in instead because they're defensive, they're waiting for that whiff. You change the match flow, right? Go in with the pressure. So downfall 2 is another example of these strong, high reward, low risk tools that are insane for keep out. Let's take a look at Raven, my boy, my actual main. And most of these, like I said, are going to be character specific. Let me set up Feng on the right side so I can switch to Feng. When you talk about something different, most of these are very character specific, and not every character has these tools, right? Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. So Raven has QCF4, right? This fucking move. This move kind of works the same way as an electric, as a lead back 4, a lead down 4 2, or just generic down 4 2 as well. Now this was actually nerfed. It's actually way worse than it is before, because Raven would move back like so bad and you wouldn't punish him. So most people just find themselves running into this move because of that keep out property. So again, very high reward because it's a launcher on normal hit. However, with Raven, it's a bit risky because this thing is minus 14, I believe. Yes, minus 14 on block, so a bit more risky than your average down 4-2 or your electric, but still covers the same purpose, right? Feng, on the other hand, has forward 4, right? This move. Again, high reward because it's a normal launcher, right? And very difficult to punish in neutral because it just cancels it, right? It's very difficult. You just can't, right? Very, very, unless again you anticipate it, right? So Feng has forward 4. Let me cover just a few more, but I'm sure you guys get the right idea now. Let's see, you can talk about Asuka as well. Asuka, I can put Asuka here. Then I can put, let's put Steve, I'm sure back 1, everyone knows back 1. Let's put, who is Jun? I think Jun is another good example. Wait, what the fuck is Jun? Mama Jun, where you at? Bro, I legit can't see June. What the hell? Oh, there we are. Next to Kaz. Right, I'm dumb. Okay, so Asuka has the infamous back 3. In fact, both of these have that infamous back 3. Right, again, covers the same purpose as Raven QCF4. Down 4-2, lead back 4, EWGF. Very high reward. Again, a launcher on normal hit. Very little risk because it's very difficult to whiff punish this unless you anticipate it. It can be bait sometimes. She can do back 3. You whiff something, then she gets you with a Demon Slayer for 2, right? So back 3 is that for Asuka. She also has down for 2 as well. Just as down for 2 is just busted, man. They had to go. They got to go. They got to go. So back 3 for Asuka. June also has the same shit. She also has her own back 3 as well. The same purpose, right? Normal launcher on normal hit. Is a bit risky on block, right? If your character has a good, strong, long-range punisher, but you get the gist. You get the gist, guys. So all these are very character-specific. Not everyone has these, right? Just a few characters. So what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, let me give an example of Dragunov, right? So Dragunov has a kind of a weird thing going for him, and I'll put Claudio here. Jose. So Dragunov has this, I think it's 3+4. I don't know if they changed the input. 3+4 is the Dojo now. Is it up for 3+4? No, out 3+4. Back 3+4. Down 3+4. Down back. Back. Forward. Yeah, forward 3+4 now. Okay. So this is Dragunov's zoning tool, or his zoning keep out tool. Forward 3+4. So as you can see, if I do forward 3+4 and I fall to the ground, if I don't time getting up correctly, I'm stuck on the ground, then an opponent can get a free punish with a free grounded hit. However, if I take this at the right time, like that, right, I stay safe. And when this shit hits on normal hit, it's a launcher. Right? So, yeah. It's super fucking strong. I think you now understand why Ulsan spams this shit a lot, right? You just find yourself running to stuff like this. So this is Dragunov's version of his keep out electric defensive zoning tool. Insanely strong. you can get floated, but like, yeah, you don't just throw it out anyhow. Just throw it out randomly at like, far at the end of the screen, because you're anticipating them just coming in randomly and they find themselves getting hit by this shit. Now, I did say it is character specific. Not every character has stuff like this. For example, let's take a look at Claudio here. Claudio doesn't really have that kind of zoning to like just throw out stuff randomly. Yes, he has his annoying as hop kick, but like you can actually react and punish this. You can see long range punisher, boom, react and punish it, right? So again, character specific. Know what character or know what your main has in terms of these zoning, strong, keep out defensive tools that give high reward and very low risk. So Alisa has a downfall too. She can do that all day, just like Asuka. I don't think Azucena has anything good. Brian Obito is used in that sense, but even QCB1, you can make an argument for that. Devojin Electric, Dragunov 40+4, Feng forward 4, Horang down for 2, random back 3 sometime, Jack YOLO down for 2s as well, Jin EWGF, the Hook Fist, Jun back 3, Kai's Electric, King doesn't really have anything, he just uses Muscle Buster, Kuma has the Electric when in hit as well. Lars tend to throw out YOLO Arc Blast sometime, but it is reactable, can be punishable. Low down for 2, Lee down for 2, back 4, Leo down for 2, insane range. Leroy, Obito, Lily, I think 3+4, the freaking somersault thing, but has insane whiff recovery, but you guys get the gist, right? So stuff like this is character specific, so know what your character has, because at the end of the day, guys, defensive tools are in short supply in this game, so you want to use as much defense as possible, depending on what your character has to offer. So anyway, boys, something I thought I would talk about. I think you guys are enjoying these little tips videos. So if you like more of this type of stuff, let me know in the comment section and I'll drop more videos like this. I have upgraded my mic. I'm using a new mic now. This should sound better. If it doesn't, I would love to hear your feedback concerning my new audios. Anyway, boys, thank you so much as usual for taking the time to watch my video. If you made this far, please don't forget to that like button, subscribe if you're new, and as usual, let me get the better be ever in your favor. GG.